This is Randy Bell with the Courier podcast, the place to come for the latest Clinton news. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers delivered a long-awaited drainage study to the CLinton Board of Aldermen at their September 15th work session, and it's expected to be a tool the city can use as it begins looking at projects to help flood-prone areas. The study focuses on Clinton's four major waterways, Lindsey Creek, Bogue Chitto Creek, Straight Fence Creek, and French Creek, and includes a map book and a hydrology model.
It'll help the city with the best ways to potentially solve some of their flooding and water drainage issues, along with being able to predict flooding on certain streets.
Barry Moore, a project manager with the Corps' Vicksburg district.
It will help with emergency evacuation if needed.
Moore says the study didn't look at subdivision-level flooding.
It focuses on the larger drainage, basically getting the majority of the water to the main tributaries and out. I think solving some of those issues will help you solve some of the smaller issues. You have to start with the larger areas and get the water moving there, and then work back into the smaller neighborhoods and roadways within those neighborhoods.
Moore says the Corps showed the city that it would be better to study the overall drainage picture before jumping into a particular project.
If you fix this area, it may cause issues in another area.
And a computer model the Corps developed for Clinton can show if a proposed drainage project might have an unintended impact elsewhere. In its FY26 budget, Clinton set aside $300,000, which Mayor Will Purdy says will be used to begin identifying and implementing solutions to some of our drainage problems. Purdy admits it's going to take many millions of dollars to deal with all of the flooding issues, but there's a chance the city could tap into some federal funds. Moore spoke to the board about two programs the Corps offers designed to fast-track small flood control projects.
If you have an issue with repetitive damages, repetitive flooding structures, they're strongly driven by what we call a benefit-to-cost ratio. We can do drainage work. We can do a little bit of some stream bank stabilization. As long as it's attached to that flooding, we can possibly widen creeks, waterways. We can increase culvert size, just increase conveyance of the water to reduce that flooding.
According to Moore, the second funding possibility for emergency stream bank stabilization requires that critical infrastructure be impacted. For example, a major roadway that's caving in, and could also cover erosion to cemeteries, churches, and historic places. Consulting city engineer Bill Owen isn't sure about Clinton's chances of getting any of that federal money.
It's a highly, highly competitive program. I think what the board's going to have to look at is how to prioritize what could be done in each of those streams areas.
The Corps study notes that some of the drainage challenges Clinton faces are the result of culverts which impede the water flow.
On at least two of the streams, the railroad culverts are much smaller than are needed.
But Owen points out the difficulty of getting approval to install larger culverts under those tracks. Those constrictions affect both Lindsey Creek and French Creek upstream from the railroad. I'm Randy Bell.